welcome to you both. It's great
So
to have
great.
you here. Teresa, you were born in Mexico, raised in Los Angeles, and but you shot this whole series here in Houston.
I came to live in Houston to shoot the series. This one brought me.
You're kidding?
Yes.
Okay, so how did that connection happen, Mo? Because to refresh our viewers' memories, you are from Alief.
That's right.
And you were able to come home and shoot the story of, loosely based on your life, right here.
Yeah, pretty, yeah, let's say loosely based on our life, just to protect myself. But yeah. No, it's always been a dream to film something in Alief. I feel like it's first of all, one of the most diverse neighborhoods in America. Second of all, such a big exporter of talent. So many great musicians and athletes and actors and producers have come out of Alief, but I feel like it's just like this forgotten neighborhood, and I think it's just so important to highlight it in a series like this. So it was the full intent to always film it here, show the diversity of Houston, show all the characters, afford people also, like artists, different artists and actors, the opportunities that I didn't have when I was growing up.
Right, and we're looking at a little bit of the clip here, and what I love about this, and I just told you during commercial break, I think I watched this trailer 16 times, and there was a flash of Bun B. So, and that's what I did when I was watching it. I thought, was that Bun B? And I rewound it. But how amazing! I mean, it's got to be a pinch me moment, Mo, because I remember meeting you for the first time, talking on the show over Zoom, and talking about your comedy shows, and here you are, full circle.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I wrote pieces of this series about 9 years ago now. So it's something that's been in the making for a minute. And as far as like Bun B or any musical artist that makes cameos in the show, I didn't want it to be like, oh, we're gonna have Bun B, guys. Here comes Bun B as Bun B. No, I wanted them to be, to be really settled and like grounded in this series that is so funny but also serious.
It is a fun surprise to see so many famous locals in the show. Teresa, let's talk about your history. A lot of our viewers might know you from Narcos, fans of that show. What attracted you to this project?
Mo. I didn't know much about him, and then we had a Zoom. And I learned that the story that we're telling is his life story. Like he said, he's not loosely based. Like a lot of this happened, and the person that I'm playing is based on a couple of people.
Maybe.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't know.
And then he started telling me about Houston. He told me it's the first show that's going to be shot here. I came, and we went on a food spring.
Because that's
what you do.
That's just how I learned to know Houston, through my mouth.
Eating all the food.
He took me all over Alief, and I was very surprised to see that you can have an Indian coffee next to a Japanese place, next to Vietnamese, and we had every kind of food, and I was very impressed at all the life. It reminded me a lot of LA, which is where I grew up, so feel very close to
Yeah, very diverse. And your character, you play a business woman, right? But also very supportive, like girlfriend. Is that the role? Fair to say?
Yeah, you do. No, you support me. The intent behind the role is like to show like a really strong woman leading a non-traditional mechanic shop, for instance.
Yeah.
It's something that I've always thought about. Like in My Cousin Vinny, when you see Marissa Tomei, she has so much knowledge, and she always talks about how she ran a mechanic shop or was involved in a shop. I've always wanted to imagine what that world looked like. So I wanted.
That was what he told me. He said it's gonna be like a Marissa Tomei, My Cousin Vinny, and I was sold.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
I'm in.
So,
yeah.
What's so great, Mo, and let's bring people up to date. So if they don't know your background, you were how old when you moved here?
I was 9.
You were 9.
From Kuwait.
Yeah, from Kuwait.
Yeah, and sort of like, welcome to H-Town, just kind of fit in.
Immediately, off of Cook Road in Bel Air. That was a nice introduction. No one told me anything about Halloween. It happened 2 days later. Everybody's dressed like maniacs. I'm like, what's going on?
Where am I?
Yeah, he said, where did Zombieland? We moved to Zombieland, but they're giving delicious candy. Thank you so much. Yeah.
And you knock on strangers' doors to get
That's right, exactly. That's the other terrifying fact about that.
But also the immigration process, and this is something that this show touches on, all the hoops that you and your mom had to go through when you moved here. I mean, this is serious, and a lot of Houstonians can identify with this because we have so many immigrants here in our city.
No, absolutely. It's an immigrant story. It's a refugee story. It's a story of trying to belong and feel seen, right? And it's not just the immigration you know, if you're a person who immigrated to America, can only relate to this, it's really a universal one. If you've worked under the table, you've had to support your family, you struggle within your relationships and trying to manage all this while like suppressing your own emotional feelings of your past and trying to juggle that and manage that and seeing that all like manifest itself throughout the season and see how it can come out sideways in your relationships, right, Teresa?
No, but in that sense, it's also his experience to my experience being a Mexican American immigrant is pretty much the same.
Right.
You know, almost the same. So the show, I watched it maybe like a week ago. It's really funny. It goes by so fast. I call him immediately. I was laughing, but at some moments, it's also very hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's also like you have to stop it. It deals with a bunch of issues that I think are not usually represented or not usually seen. So it is a show that I don't think there's anything like
There's
this
nothing
show
to compare it to, really. I'm not speaking it as the creator of the show and a writer on the show, but sincerely, there's not something to compare it to because it's just never been done before. There's never been a Palestinian lead of a show with such a diverse group of characters like Teresa, Toby, who plays my best friend in the show, is Nigerian background, and it's like one of the most diverse shows in television's a universal tale of immigrants.
And
We're
we
so
can't wait
proud
to
of
watch.
you.
Mo Amer, Teresa Ruiz, thank you so much for stopping by.
Add it to the list.
Wednesday,
know.
August
On
25th
Netflix.
is when you can
4th.
tune in.
24th.
August 24th. There you go.
24th, add it to your list.
And for more information, you can always visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. We'll be right back.